think in environmental spaces, the voices are usually people from Dublin or abroad.
And we need everybody to get involved in the conversation and everybody to be listened to.
We're probably not the only rural community who's far in advance of the government in terms of wanting to adjust to the climate crisis and to live in a way that responds to it adequately.
Yeah, there's just not a sense of real urgency at all from our government or from any other parties. I mean, the idea that we still have time seems madness at this point.
If you're living rurally, you're much more in tune with how it's affected. It's easy to become detached from it if you're not in touch with anything natural or green.
Yeah, I just always find great solace and peace and calm in trees especially. Discovering woodland close to where I live probably was a turning point in my life. I was thinking the other day about how did I get to this place of being so, I don't know, passionate or whatever, that it took one small step and then another small step. And if you got people moving tiny bits.
And I always think the power of one is important and that you can influence others.
At this point in time, there's hopefully a bit of a shift in consciousness. In times past, it's been all about like beating nature into submission. I think there has to be a massive shift in our relationship with nature, otherwise we're not going to survive.
I was in despair, I suppose, for a lot of years, and particularly the fact that I was a farmer, and I can see the destruction that I've been part of. But now I can see how I can get involved in changing it around. What I've discovered is how fast all of nature can turn around if we give it the opportunity. It's kind of mind-blowing.
Spéileann fechan deir go dearfach, go bhfuil deise agan ag déanamh rudaí agóir an vibe shop.
I have sort of examined my life from many different angles to try and see what I can change.
Get rid of every influence of fossil fuel in my life.
We'll be able to manage without the
Be a
grid.
producer of food rather than just a consumer.
Using less power.
As local as possible, harvesting less plastic.
And that led to an energy call.
Yeah, build timber buildings.
And this year I've started keeping bees.
Managed it for wildlife.
Yeah, you're constantly aware of it in everything involved.
So tá go leor rudaí maithe ar féidir teachtas an na deachtaí atá méid ag sa phráithfí láthair.
I think there's still a kind of a psychological benefit to feeling that I can do all I can do, and in terms of the bigger picture, how things ultimately play out. I mean, the big things are always out of our control anyway.
New coal mines are being opened and new oil wells drilled. I think there is a strong necessity for us to force political change.